We are now going to create another table, which is a table which has one of its cells spanning multiple columns, such as this one. So here we have a table. This is one column, this is another column. Now the header here, we see that it spans 2 columns. So this is something that we are going to look at here. So here I'll say /document plus npt article, and then we also have what /begin document /end document, and then in between we put in our table. So we say /begin table, we indicate the placement, which is here. Okay, so this allows us to make sure that the table appears in order as has been indicated in the LaTeX document. So /begin document /begin table /end table, and then in between we put in our options. We want to center the table, so I'll say /begin center /end center, and then in between I'll put in my content. So I will start with the caption. So /caption, and I'll indicate the caption. So what's the title? We have model performance. So I'll just say model performance. If I run this, let's see. If I compile, only the caption will be indicated, which means we are on track. And so now we can proceed to the next activity. So if you look at the table, that's what we have. So let's draw the table. So we have, if you look at the table critically, we have 3 columns. Okay, despite that we have 2 headers here. If you look at the maximum number of columns, there are 3. Just that for one of the columns, it spans other columns, just this one. So we need to take the maximum column, which is 3 here. So when you come here, it says /tabular, it's supposed to begin. So /begin tabular, then you indicate your columns. All right, so vertical bar C, vertical bar C, vertical bar C, vertical bar. Then we close it. Then we add /h line like this. And by the way, for those who are watching this, you can watch my introductory video on tables. That's how to create a classic table. So in that table, I explain a lot of things which will be helpful for you as well. So we have /end line indicating that we want to create a horizontal line. Okay, so that line is the first one here before we populate. So wherever you see a line, we will specify it with a /h line. Now in the next line, we indicate our first row. So the first row, what do we have? This is what we have. We have data set and we have scores. So let's start. So here we have this. I think I'll even minimize this so that we see. I'll minimize. Good. And then we can just look at it side by side. And then I will explain. I'll close this and then we see. So now we are here, the data sets and the scores. So that is the next row. So for the row, we say data sets and we add the subsequent rows. So ideally we should have data sets and we should have another column and another column. for this particular row. But if you look at what we have here, we see that the scores what spans 2 columns. And so that means we will not need a third column here. It's just 2. But because this another column scores spans 2 columns, we need to make sure we let LaTeX know that. And so here we will say slash multi-column to let LaTeX know that with this particular column, okay, it's spanning 2. So we also need to indicate how many columns it is spanning in the curly bracket, just as we did with multi-rows. And then we will indicate our column. And so here, what we need to do is this. So now we indicate the delimiters and alignments for that particular column. Okay, this multi-column one. So in the curly bracket, we say vertical line, C, vertical line. Okay, so what this simply means is that this particular column here, which is spanning 2 columns, we want a vertical line to be drawn at either sides, its left and then its right. That's why we have this vertical bars here, just as we did here. So once we are done with this, then under bracket, curly bracket, and we indicate the label, which is scores. Then we end it. So that becomes the end of that particular row. Now in the next line, because we want to draw a line first before we come to this one, we will say slash H line. Then we go to the next record. So in the next record, we have D1 9091.2. So here there's no spanning, and so we can say D1 and 90 and 91.2. Because this is the end of the row, we bring our double slash, another horizontal line, then we say D2 and 86 and 100. We end it and say slash H line. Then finally we can say slash end tabular. That's what we need to have here. All right, you need to take note of that. All right, so this becomes what? The end. We have already done the slash end center, and so everything is okay. So I'll just do this. We'll just go over quickly and then we see. So we began with our what? Table environment indicated the placement, and because we want to center the table, we had to bring the center formatting, and then give a caption, and then we give our table, okay, with the design that we want. So now let's run it. Then let's build and view. Great. So now we have that also here. I'll just zoom in and then we see. So this is the multi-column table. Now if you look at data set and scores, they are bolded. So we can say slash text BF and then put everything in curly brackets. Then when you come here to the scores, here it's also bolded. So that means that you need to have what? Slash text BF. Then you put that also in a curly bracket, and then you can run it. So that will give you what? The boldened one. Okay. So here something seems to be wrong, and so we will need to track what went wrong here. All right. So what went wrong, probably I can guess, is from this side here. I'll just do it here. I'll just correct it here before we proceed. All right, so it's a typo because it's supposed to be text T. So I have to bring the T. I think now it should be corrected. So now we have it nicely done here. All right, so this is how we do it. All right, so this is for what? Creating a multi-column table.